Hey guys, it's Captain Goodspeed or Joe, working for FM Scout. If you're not aware of who I am, or if you've not seen my channel before, make sure you go and check out the link down in the description. I do Let's Plays, daily FM content on my channel, and I will be for the duration of FM18. I currently do a Journeyman, I've done a Tottenham beta save, and I'm also doing the Hexagon Challenge this year, so plenty of FM18 content if you want to check it out on my channel. But in today's particular video, we will be looking at another one of FM18's top 10s, and my job is to tell you who the top 10 goalkeepers are in FM18 according to me. So, you know, there's a little bit of creative sort of influence in there from myself, and you know, these aren't necessarily the 10 best goalkeepers in terms of current ability, but they're, in my opinion, the top 10 in terms of price. And we also have a lovely honourable mention in there. So who is that? Now, I know you guys are going to be probably mad down in the comments, but my honourable mention is actually Shay Given, the 41-year-old legend of the game, one of my heroes. I used to be a goalkeeper, so when I was at school, so Shay Given was one of my heroes. And yeah, he's given an honourable mention because he's a free transfer, and I think he could still do a good job at a lower Premier League side, or certainly in the Championship. So if you don't have much transfer budget and you need a backup goalkeeper, I think Shay Given's your man. You know, he's been playing in the Premier League for absolutely donkey's years, all the way back to sort of 1994. Really, he was at a Premier League side, and he's been playing consistently up until about 2011, 2012, and then more recently he hasn't played many games, so he hasn't got the match practice, but he's definitely still got the stats in there. He's got decent handling, he's got good kicking, good one-on-ones, good reflexes, good throwing. You know, I think he's a good experienced individual to have about, and he'll be good with the youngsters as well, and you can probably get him onto your coaching staff. So for free transfer, probably about 15k wage. Not too bad. So honourable mention, Shay Given. Let's find out who's at number 10. So at number 10, we have Barcelona's number 1 goalkeeper, MarcAndre ter Stegen, who is 25 years old. He's worth 38 million, although it took me 105 million in-game wongerage to prize him away from Barcelona. Just to let you know, I am PSG manager on this little experiment, if you like, just to see how much the goalkeepers would cost if money was no object. And I tell you what, there's a couple of keepers higher up the list that are needing the world record to be broken again by PSG so that you can sign them. But MarcAndre ter Stegen, he's young, he's 25, he's a good goalkeeper to get. It did cost us 105 million, unfortunately, to prize him out. He has got a minimum fee release clause of 160 million, but you shouldn't need to go anywhere near that. Maybe just had some spoilers there, but we'll not worry too much about that. It's not meant to be a list that's meant to create suspense, but looking at his stats, very, very good. Sort of most of them are around the 15 mark, which is really good for a goalkeeper. He'll do a good job for you. I don't think you'd need to buy anybody else's Barcelona manager. His throwing's good, reflexes very good, handling could be better, his command of area is good, aerial reach not too good as well, which is maybe why he only got 60 recommendation when he was scouted for PSG. His history, you know, he's been playing for a few years now consistently. When he first went to Barcelona, he didn't play that many matches, but played a full season last year. He's got plenty of clean sheets in him, and he'll just get better and better as he goes into his 30s. And I think he'll be a great signing. Certainly more of a longer term one than a short term fix. He's number 10. Who's at number 9? Well guys, at number 9 we have Gianluigi Donnarumma from AC Milan, the 18-year-old Italian stallion. Very, very good goalkeeper, one of the up-and-coming rising stars of the the global game, I guess. You could have him in your save for £67 million. He is currently on a £67 million release clause, and he'll be very, very good in your save, I would imagine. He's got good stats for an 18-year-old, and he's got plenty of potential as he grows up. And you can see his current ability is on par with anybody at PSG, going up to a potentially 5-star ability. So I think if you want a quick fix, maybe not Donnarumma, but if you want somebody that you can work on, he can be your protege between your sticks for 10, 15 seasons, and Donnarumma's your man. 67 million it'll cost you though, but if you are Milan manager, then you will be laughing. He's already played 2 full seasons at AC Milan. He's been playing top flight Italian football since he was just 16. That is absolutely incredible. And, you know, he's a credit to his team, he's a credit to his nation, and he's going to be great in FM18. Time to find out who's number 8. Well, at number 8, quite surprisingly in my opinion, is Hugo Lloris from Tottenham. He's already had 90 caps for France. He's 30-year-old, and, you know, he's getting towards his peak now. He's probably got another 5 years left in him. He's been playing at Tottenham for 5 seasons now. That's absolutely crazy. Playing in almost all of their games. He's played at Lyon before that. He's got plenty of appearances under his belt. 388. He's certainly been good in saves that I've had Lloris in. And he's got terrific stats, you know, wonderful mental stats as well. So he's a true leader of the dressing room. He's got good goalkeeping stats. He's got brilliant handling. He's got brilliant reflexes. You know, his first touch, that's not the one. His kicking is left wanting. Maybe his command of area and aerial reach lets him down a little bit as well. But the one stumbling block of you signing Lloris is that it took me £300 million to prize him away from Tottenham, and then you've got to pay the wages as well. There's probably no clubs in the world that can have that, so you may have to wait until Lloris either sort of rejects being at Tottenham anymore, or is released on a free transfer, although he has got 5 years left on his contract, so that's going to be tough to do. But he's number 7, is it? Number 7? No, number 8. Let's find out who number 7 is. At number 7, we have my personal hero. I know I said Shea Given was one of my heroes, but my ultimate hero was Petr Cech. He is number 7 on the list. It has been sort of a little bit skewed, I guess, by how much a club wants to hold on to him with how much money he actually will cost in the end. But his stats are still great. He's experienced, although Petr Cech is your classic example of a quick fix. You know, he's not going to be around for 5 years. I think in my Arsenal save last year, he was brilliant for the first 2-3 seasons, and then he started tailing off. So call that FM18, 2 seasons, and then you're pretty much done with him. He'll be 37 by that point. And yeah, just tailing off. He has been playing in the Premier League for absolutely years. Had that 1 year at Chelsea. Obviously, he had that fractured skull as well in 2006-07. But Petr Cech will cost you £250 million. I can't believe that it cost that much. I thought it would be, 30 million, maybe 40 million. But no, £250 million. This is in the beta phase. Maybe later in the year they'll patch the prices a little bit, because that's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? But £250 million. He's got wonderful mental stats, so he's got good physicals as well. Brilliant aerial reach, a good command of area, wonderful handling. He's got wonderful reflexes. Petr Cech is still one of the world's best goalkeepers, and he'll definitely be a good guy to have in between the sticks, whether he gets transfer listed at Arsenal. Pick him up, or if you are Arsenal manager, make sure you stick with him for a long time. Let's find out who number 6 is. At number 6 in the top 10 goalkeepers in FM18, we have Keylor Navas for Real Madrid. Obviously Costa Rican, had 71 caps for them. He's 30 years old, so you'll get like Lloris, probably 5, 6, 7 years out of him. But he will cost you £180 million. He's been playing at Real Madrid the last 3 seasons, and before that he was at Levante, and then some Costa Rican team before that. So he's only recently really became one of the world's top goalkeepers, but he has got those good stats in one-on-ones, reflexes particularly. His thrown's good, his command of area is good, but he's let down by his handling and his kicking. For him to be above the likes of Cech and Lloris on the list is a bit surprising to me, but he was slightly more sort of favoured by the analyst at PSG, so take that as you will. Maybe his mentals, maybe his physicals coming into that a bit more. Maybe his current ability is a little bit better in this game than his stats suggest. But Keylor Navas, I think he's a safe signing. But it's time now to get into the top 5. At number 5 was Cech's replacement at Chelsea, which is why Cech's now at Arsenal, which is good for me because I support Arsenal. But he's one of the best keepers in the world now, Courtois. He spent those 3 years at Atletico Madrid and really learned his trade, and then has come into Chelsea and just went strength to strength. We'll try not to spoil that anymore. I've already done that once today. But no, Courtois is a very, very good goalkeeper. Looking at some of those stats, aerial reach, command of area, handling, one-on-ones, reflexes and throwing all above 15, as well as his kicking. And his mental stats are, okay. His physicals are pretty good, but Courtois a very, very safe signing and will only cost you £68 million. £1 million more than Donnarumma, and well, it's pocket money compared to some of the rest of the guys on the list. But it's now time to find out who's number 4. At number 4, I believe we have the highest current ability goalkeeper in the game. I'm not entirely sure. Go and check out the Genie Scout video. That was out a couple of weeks ago, I think, outlining who's got the best current ability. But I believe Neuer was right up there. So, I mean, he might not be. But look at these stats. Some 20s in there. That's the first time on the list that we've seen that. He will cost you £300 million, which is the maximum bid you can put in this game. Certainly initially. I think you can probably put some instalments on top of that. But Manuel Neuer, what a player he is. He's been at Bayern now for about 7 seasons. He's played every year consistently. Before that, he was at Schalke. He's been a wonderful goalkeeper for Bayern Munich. He's Germany's number 1. Look at these stats. 19 command of area, 19 kicking, 18 one-on-ones, 18 reflexes, 20 rushing out, and 20 throwing. Goodness me, is he a good goalkeeper. He's valued at £50 million, £250k per week wage. He is described as an elite goalkeeper, and he certainly is. And it probably a little bit surprising that he's number 4 on the list, but it's now time for the podium spots. Picking up 3rd place and the bronze medal is a guy I actually never heard of before this video took place. Mr. Jan Oblak, or Oblak, of Atletico de Madrid in Spain. He's 24-year-old, he's Slovenian. He's going to be one like Donnarumma and like, who was the other young goalkeeper? Ter Stegen. That's going to be consistently in between the sticks. He's going to be sort of reliable. He's going to get better and better, and that's why he's at number 3 on the list, ahead of the likes of Neuer, Lloris and Cech. His stats don't live up to as much as Manuel Neuer, but you can get him for £89 million, which is pocket money. It is pocket money compared to Neuer, so that's why Neuer's at number 4. But Atletico Madrid signed him a few years ago, actually. It must have been once Courtois left, and he played a few games that year, but last 2 seasons he's been very consistent, and his stats are alright, and he'll get better and better. His mentals are mental. Apart from his flair and his leadership and off the ball, everything else is pretty good. He's not very aggressive, which is always nice to see, and his physicals are alright as well. So, Oblak, 3rd position might be a little bit generous, but I certainly think the top two you won't disagree with. At number 2, and narrowly missing out on the gold medal in his final Football Manager, is the man, the myth, the legend, Gianluigi Buffon from Italy, Juventus, 39 years old. What else can I say about him? There's no else to say about Buffon. What's so special? 169 caps for Italy. Bound to be more at the World Cup. I believe Italy qualified, or they might be in the playoffs, I'm not sure. But some of these stats are insane. 20 command of area, 20 communication, 17 one-on-ones, 19 reflexes, 18 and 16 for rushing out and tendency to push. Look at those mentals. That is crazy. And his physicals are sort of going on the slide because he's so old. He will cost you 60 million, but he's worth any man 60 million for a season with Buffon. He's not even retiring yet on FM18 because he did just announce it this week, I think, as I'm recording this. So yeah, just look how long he's played, and he is obviously still the world record goalkeeper, I think, or did Pickford take that from? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe he's not. You can let us know down in the comments. But Buffon, still number 2, and still absolutely amazing in FM. And if you're a Juventus manager, try and keep him about for as long as you can, because you're going to need him, and he's going to be ever dependable. He's going to get clean sheets. He's going to be brilliant. But he was edged out by just one man in FM18, in my opinion. The best value for money and one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the moment. Let's find out who he is. The gold medal goes to the man that should have been at Real Madrid a few years ago but stuck it out at Man United. It's David De Gea. I don't think there'll be too many surprises about that. Maybe in terms of stats and maybe in terms of current ability, he's not quite on the level of a Neuer, but he's just brilliant. He's got the highest recommendation of a scout report or analyst report, whatever you call them now, at PSG, and I totally see why. He's brilliant. He's improving all the time. He's only 26 years old. You're going to get 10, 11 seasons out of him. This is amazing. And he only costs £68 million. That's all it cost me to sign David De Gea. And I know I'm saying that's all, but ultimately, some of the prices in this sort of top 10 list have been insane, and you've got no hope of signing them for most teams, but most teams in Europe have 68 million at some point. So if you wanted to spend the summer signing a guy, sign David De Gea, I would say. If you need a top quality goalkeeper, I joined Man United for 17.25 million all those years ago. Another one on this list that has been at Atletico Madrid at some point, and he's just been brilliant for Man United. Was a bit iffy in his early career when Fergie was still about, but his mentals have improved. He's got 15s in most areas: aerial reach, command of area, handling, kicking, reflexes, and one-on-ones. Absolutely brilliant. And I think a bit of a steal at 68 million compared to the rest of the list. And yeah, that brings to an end our little discussion about the top 10 goalkeepers in FM18. Now, obviously, I know there is sort of better goalkeepers on paper than David De Gea in terms of current ability and maybe their stats in the game. But I think value for money, as well as their ability, David De Gea is the number one that you need to get. So let us know if you have a different top 10 down in the comments. It'd be great to read them and see what your opinions are on the top 10. Obviously, the Honourable Mention was a little bit of a joke, but in all seriousness, if you do need a backup goalkeeper, I've done it in my Tottenham save, signed Shea Given. He might be a bit injury prone, but generally he'll do a job for you that most goalkeepers couldn't do. But if you have enjoyed this little top 10s list, it's not meant to be anything serious, just a little bit of a light-hearted top 10, if you like, from a guy that plays Football Manager. Make sure you hit that like button. It honestly means the world to all of us at FM Scout to know that you're enjoying these type of videos. Check out the other guys as well, who are also doing top 10s on the other positions throughout the team. So obviously strikers, defenders, blah de blah de blah. And make sure you check out my channel as well if you're interested in daily FM18 content. Subscribe to FM Scout if you haven't already for daily insightful videos on this year's Football Manager. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.